Good morning, you guys. Happy Sunday. Right off the back, my apologies for you guys not getting the content on yesterday. Obviously, I was traveling, a lot of shit took place. You know, a lot of barriers, that I had to overcome, but I did, and got got in way too late. I was just fucking exhausted, which I am right now. But however, I figured let me do this and give y'all guys this good shit before I go to this Saints Falcon games in New Orleans and enjoy myself. Without further ado, episode number 8, the beta male versus the alpha male. Now, and these are gonna be 8 things that I have. Obviously it's more, but these are the 8 things I have, and we're just doing comparisons, right? And these from what I see and from my experiences, and some of the shit that I used to do when I behaved and act as such, right? But those days are gone, and I'm a new man, and we living our life the best we can over here. So number one, the difference between the beta male and the alpha male is the beta male is overly nice. That means he goes out his way to please women. He puts everybody else above him, right? He doesn't come first. He put everybody else before him. Everybody wants and needs, desires, emotions, everything above him. Because he's a people pleaser. While the alpha male is only doing what's required of himself. He doesn't feel the unction or the need to please any fucking body. That's the way he feels, that's the way he acts, that's the way he carries himself. The alpha male is sound in his judgments and his abilities to lead and make decisions. So therefore there would be no need for him here to have to consult, if you will, for somebody to do something, which is different from acquiring, right, or suggesting something. But the alpha male, he doesn't go out his way to please any fucking body. If he go out his way to please anybody, it's gonna be his fucking self. All right. Number 2, the beta male seeks constant validation and acceptance from people, and this is so true, guys. You get a guy who not good with social skills. You get a guy who's not good with women per se. You have a guy who's very awkward in his dealing with people, and in doing so, what you become is you become a segue for people to run over you, and you open the floodgates of want to be nice and do stuff for everybody, and then you want to have a sense of belonging. So you become that guy who's out at the parties that want to buy everybody drinks continuously, right, to get on everybody's good side. You want to laugh at all the jokes, even though probably over half the motherfuckers ain't even funny, right? And you want to just be like, hey, look at me, I love me, accept me, notice me, I'm here, take me in, embrace me. And when you act like that, fellas, you leave yourself open for being vulnerable and to be taken advantage of. And that's by anybody, male or female, but definitely women, right? Or people in general, but definitely women. They see that as a weakness, and they'll tell you as a lie. However, the alpha doesn't seek approval and acceptance from nobody. Again, because he's so assured in himself. He has the ability to dig deep and down inside himself and pull what it is he needs to pull out without having to consult with anybody and to get acceptance and validation from nobody, because he don't fucking need it from nobody. He does it enough himself at a reasonable amount. You get what I'm saying? He's not trying to people please and seek other people's worthiness and have people dictate what he's worth to people by somebody else. He determined his own worth, is what I'm saying. Number 3, the beta male doesn't have the ability to make sound decisions. Always checking with others to see what he should do. Okay, again, that goes back to saying while he he's so unsure of himself, he's constantly so unsure of himself that the way that he feels some assurance for himself is to constantly reach out and ask people, hey, what should I do in this situation? Hey, I did this, what you think about this? Did I do the right thing? Always find himself consulting with people to see if he made the right decision. Not while the alpha male, he doesn't do that. I'm not saying the alpha male can't take advice from somebody. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying the way the alpha thinks that his way is always right. However, I will say if the alpha male makes a decision and it turns out to be the wrong decision, he lives with that. He doesn't go cry in a corner or ball up and curl up in a corner and be, scared of what the world gonna say about his bad decision he made, because he stand by it. That's what a man does. He's sound in his decision making, even if though he don't might make the right decision each and every time. All right, that's very important, guys. And because we live in a world where everybody, had this notion of, oh, they do this, they do that, they can never make no mistake. They up here, we down here type, and people classify you and they have the wrong notation about you, and and have people jacked up in the mind because they thinking so highly of you, like you could do no wrong, and forget that we're mere mortals, we're human, we can all make mistakes. It's just the difference between the two is the alpha, the beta is scared to make the mistakes, which is why he always asking people what should he do, as opposed to the alpha. He'll take suggestions, right? He'll listen, but ultimately it'll be his decision he makes, and if it wrongs, he stand by the wrong decision he made, period. All right. Number 4 is betas for the most parts are passive and non-confrontational. Yeah, I mean, it speaks for itself, but if you want to elaborate it a little bit, they don't, when things start seeming like they getting out of hand, like they dead out of function or whatnot, you could see them retracting, right? They get small, and they look to hide and they disappear because they don't like all of that. Like confrontation to a beta male is like kryptonite. He don't like that. As opposed to the alpha. Now, I'm not saying the alpha is walking around being a bully. I'm not saying he walking around with the attempts to whoop people ass or whatnot. That's not what I'm speaking of. What I'm saying is the alpha, he doesn't avoid confrontation, is what I'm saying. And I'm not saying he's looking to fight all the time. He just letting a motherfucker know, hey, my guy, I'm not him. All right, I'm not somebody you can fucking play with, okay? You're gonna respect me, or we gonna have a fucking problem. That's what I'm saying. And again, because I know I need to reiterate some shit to y'all. It's not about being a bully. Being an alpha is not walking around beating your chest and being the loudest one in the room, even though that's what most people equates to where the alpha is. But it's more so in your behavior, right? In your mindset, in the way you think. Okay. Number 5, the beta males are compliant while the alphas are defiant. Yeah, compliant in, with the male or the female species, but mostly with the female species, meaning because they are people pleasers, the beta, and they constantly seek validation from others, mainly the women, right? So if they get with a woman or whatnot, or have the opportunity or the chance to talk to a woman, this is how they act. They're compliant. And what does compliant mean? You do whatever she asks you, when she asks you, and you try to do it to the perfection. Like, you can never tell her the word no as a beta male, and that's one of your grave mistakes. Fellas, the woman has to learn Some women have to learn, the very rough and rugged women around the edges, right? The ones who want to run a relationship, the ones who, talk back and doing all that, be overly aggressive for no reason. They want to run a relationship. They want to run everything. They want to run their life, their job, their kids. They want to run you. They want to run what's in your household, and them motherfuckers don't even live there. This is for those ones. They want you to be compliant. They want you to be a good little boy and do what they tell you, right, without saying anything back. And fellas, the alpha, we don't run like that, all right? We're defiant by nature. Like, we do what the fuck we want to do, when we want to do it, how we want to do it. And that's not to say that we don't respect women, all right? We as men, as the alpha, we respect women. We love women. We don't hate women. However, we love and respect ourselves more, is what I'm saying. Let me say that again, y'all. We love, we respect women. However, we love and respect ourselves more. All right? So I don't want nobody get on here talking no shit about, you say you don't respect women. That ain't what the fuck I said, okay? I'm gonna need for y'all to listen, all right? And number 6, the beta male has no respect for himself. I just said that. While the alpha male always respect himself. Period. The alpha male would never disrespect himself. And you're like, well, what'll be a case that a beta male would respect himself versus an alpha male who, a beta male would disrespect himself versus an alpha male who respects himself? One could be simply, fellas, you allowing women to talk to you crazy. You allow women to talk to you like they're your mother, or they're your authoritative figure, or you don't mean shit to them. Like you're nothing to me, and they try to son you. You're a little boy to me. I talk to you how I want to, and most of them feel like that way because they make good money, right? They got these good careers. They're living their lives. They got their house, the cars, the money, the jewelry, the purses, the shoes. They got all that shit, and with some of those things, right, stuff that they have, they feel a sense of entitlement. They feel that, hey, because I got all this shit, guess what? I could talk to you the way that I fucking want to, and you should take it. As a matter of fact, you should be glad that I'm talking to you at all. As opposed to the alpha, he respects himself to the point he gonna have no woman disrespecting him. He don't give a fuck how big her ass is, if she got titties, how good she look or she don't look. It makes no difference to him. He will never compromise the respect from himself because of what a woman look like or what she has. Because the alpha, he gets his own shit. Period. All right. So he doesn't belittle himself to appease somebody else, is what I'm saying. All right. And number 8 and final, the alpha male is a dreamer while the alpha makes shit happen. The beta, because he doesn't respect himself, right? He looked for constant validation and acceptance from others, right? He's overly nice, right? And when you collect all these things together, he lives within a fantasy in his head that how he wants to see things, how he feel things should be from his interactions, right? Which makes him a dreamer, because innately what he's thinking is not the real reality for him. He's escaping reality is what he actually doing. And so he finds himself in the clouds a lot, thinking about, man, what it would be like if I had that girl right there. Oh man, what it be like if I kissed that girl? Like, oh man, what it would be like if I had this kind of money, if I had this job, if I had this car. Which, by the way, fellas, that don't mean a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just stuff at the end of the day. Which stuff that you can lose, it can get stolen, it can get burned up. But the point that I'm trying to make, he's thinking this way because he's trying to pattern himself after somebody he respects, or he see that gets respect from the women and the men. And obviously that would be the alpha. So you could definitely not be an alpha, but you can behave as one. So all this is speaking to behavior and really the mindset. It's the mindset, how a man thinketh, what a man thinketh, so is he. And how you behave. So it's how you think and how you behave is how people gonna perceive you, right? And the alpha, you know, he just made shit happen. You know, he don't have time to bitch, whine, and complain about his problems, his issues of the world. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with doing those things. Of course, we're human. We take time to sit back and reflect on the shit that's happening. And it's crazy. Like last night to this morning, it was a trial to get into New Orleans. And everything could go wrong, went fucking wrong, but guess what? I stayed the course. I kept a clear head. I didn't get, I didn't get mad. I didn't get upset. I was disappointed. I was a little frustrated, but I kept my cool. I kept my cool head. Me and my traveling partners, everybody was experiencing the same thing, and people had different range of emotions there. But I can say, without a shadow of a doubt, and you can ask, hey, I the one who kept the level head. I the one who was game planning. Hey, y'all, this right here ain't working. We gonna try this. That ain't working. We try this. So it was collectively putting our heads together, and they needed somebody to look to, who could they believe in at the moment, to let them know without saying the word, hey, it's gonna be all right. I got us, and I was that guy last night. Even though I could have been just like everybody else, broke down, and a couple of girls cried and shit, and all, and it was crazy. But I understood because we've been trying to do this. We've been trying to get to where we are now in New Orleans all of yesterday, and the double booking with the flights, and anybody understand how the seniority thing goes. Y'all get it. So, you guys, I want to appreciate you. Remember to go like us on all social media platforms, whether that be Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, right, TikTok, Snapchat. Also, we need for you to go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you can know when these fire videos drop, and you could be in the know, all right? And until next time, man, y'all be good, y'all be safe, and we'll see y'all on the next go around.